I'm back. Maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't, but the past several days I've been in a deep mode of creation, upgrading, rebuilding for my tribe of traders that uses price, time, and momentum like I do. And I shared some of what is amazing and new last night on Tuesday, October 24th, and I'm just really thrilled with the response and the future of HEMAready.com. So I will share more on that in a bit, but what I wanted to do was show you what happens when you kind of step away from the market for a few days and then you kind of want to get your bearings back. So as many of you may know, I trade the E-mini S&P 500 futures and I watch them very closely. Now, I did not write a skinny on the mini today because I slept late because of all this awesome new stuff going on. And so I'm opening up this evening and I want to take a look before I revisit it for my morning report. So here's the thing. Last week, mid-October, I was waiting. I knew that there were forces pressuring the market that would suggest that they may resume lower. But if they didn't, we'd probably have a nice surge higher. So basically, it's what I call an inflection point. There was a key turning point in the market, and I didn't know when exactly it was going to come. So I waited, and then when I started to notice this topping action, I came back in with some stock recommendations and more. Now, over the weekend, I provided even more stock picks. There was a little bit of strength here such that, some of those stocks actually went higher, but many remain lower. And overall, there's still room for this market to go lower. So here's what I'm going to show you that is going to be the crux of what I'm going to dig into in more depth for my E-mini S&P report, but I'm kind of just showing you how I get started, all right? So let me just do some quick analysis and I'll be back. All right, so to start with, right now, there's a forecast. So that is a attraction point, a magnet pulling price down and to the right. And it's calling for the E-mini S&P futures to trade down into 4089.5 by October 30th, guys. That's Monday. It's not far away. So here's the thing, This is a forecast. I teach this in my loss forecasting trading system. And whenever I make a forecast, frankly, whenever I do anything on my charts, I use my favorite indicator that's down below. It's my RSI Power Zones indicator, and I'm always considering what it's also telling me. Now, right now, there's a disconnect between price and momentum such that even though price is going lower beneath the October 4th low, the RSI Power Zones have not moved beneath their respective October 4th low yet. There's still room for that to happen, but it's not occurring just yet. So what this tells me is that into this October 30th timing date, which is only 3 trading days away, there could be room for the market to turn higher. So how you deal with a forecast and how you measure whether it's unfolding accurately or not, that's in the loss forecasting trading system. Let me clue you into a couple of levels just off the daily chart that I'd monitor, So these I'll incorporate into my full skinny report tomorrow, but these are just from the daily chart just to kind of give you a map, and then if you want to get more detail, you can check out my skinny on the mini. Okay, so now I have come in closer on the price action, and here's what you can see. There are 2 resistance levels, so that's potential price ceilings at 4241.75 and 4238.63. Both of them together make a zone, like a small little tight area of resistance. So if there's a recovery, which I don't suspect just yet, but hey, even though I'm expecting the market to trade down to this point, right? I don't have a crystal ball, so it might turn higher. If it does, that's the first barrier of resistance. Big time from the daily chart. There would be intraday levels that, again, I'll put in my full report. Next up would be 4266.25 and then 4290.5. Now, I get this question all the time, which is, Hema, how do I know where you're getting your levels from in these free videos you're putting out there? Hint, hint, hint. Go ahead and plot the same ticker that I have. It doesn't matter if you're on TradeStation or not. Plot the same ticker and then draw vertical lines for yourself on those levels that I provide, guys. Then look back and see what they're anchoring to, and you might start to uncover it, especially if you're studying my methods, all right? So I'll tell you right here that the methods I just used now deployed Gantt candlesticks trading techniques and deployed the 4 zones RSI coverage system. So that's my insights for you today. I'll be back with more later in the week in terms of the ES and the NQ and more for my members. And I'll catch you on the inside.